Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to show one of our watch straps. This is one of our more inexpensive designs. If I say it like that, it is not any less beautiful. It's just a little less labor intense than Watchstrap, some other watch straps. This one sells for roughly, I think, $140, and I wanted to show it to you. It is probably one of my, well, you know, I like them all. They're like my children, and I like them all. But this one is a very beautiful one in its own right. We call this dog ears, this type of stitching. We have them simplistic like this with a cross stitching. It's a little bit more expensive, or we have them then even more expensive stitching. They're fully stitched. But anyway, this one is a dog ear design, and I just wanted to take a moment and show that on a video. It has our what we call float and keeper. You can open this up. Typically when we are a size, given a wrist size, the center hole, we call that the root hole, and that will be typically then if you give us a 7.5 wrist, then if you put this on a watch and use the middle hole, then it's roughly 7.5. Then you can see by quarter increments you can adjust it. That would be a 7.5 and so on, half inch up, a half inch down, so that's how it goes by, I say it again, quarter increments. This is just a little tip design that we offer. It has our very sweet edges that get, like the whole strap, more and more beautiful over the years. It has our contour cut. That is a proprietary thing. We did this because we started with thick straps and very quickly discovered that if they are thick and where the buckle is, and they build up, then it's uncomfortable. So we made them contoured that for great comfort where they start doubling. And I'll show in a minute a little more. We use Terra rivets, which are lead-free, skin-friendly rivets. Sometimes we alter the design a tiny bit, like down here the older design was very crowded and we had another piece of stitching in there. We replaced that with a Terra rivet. It's cleaner, it's more durable, and down there you don't see anything anyway when it's like this. So these straps are made by hand stitched, hand everything. So I'll show you again. I'm going to do this in the center hole if I can. I see this strap on the screen, so things become a little more difficult. Then you slide this down, and the contour cut you can see keeps the keeper actually, the float and keeper actually in place, because you may have had this on other straps. It goes up, so you see the float and keeper, and by this it won't wander up while you wear that, because it keeps that in place. It helps keep that in place. Typically the straps are stamped with our logo stamp. This is waxed Irish linen stitching. Crawford. It's very I don't want to say expensive, because it's just really a side effect of the beauty and the quality of their thread. The floating. This is all Horween leather, and you see, told you about the Terra rivets. This particular strap is a 18 millimeter, and so I brought this Omega out. It's one of my older Omegas. Same type Kennedy wore, I've been told. So anyway, I do this because it's an 18 and I can demo it. We make these straps that they sit really snug in the lug. This is so you don't lose them. If the straps don't fit snug, they can unhinge a lug pin. So that's also something that we don't want. But it's an 18 watch, and I show you, so it fits really precise in there. I told about our contour cut, and here you see it doesn't build up too much where the strap layers up. See here, it's thicker because we can, over the years we have learned to make really nice masculine substantial straps that but not cumbersome and too thick. We do make also much thicker straps for some diving watches. They are typically 22 millimeter or maybe even 20, but we keep those also to a size that is not cumbersome, but just really even more substantial. But anyway, this one, I hope you see the nice sheen. See, when I bend it, you might see that on the video. We call it pull up, or in the leather industry. So what's underneath the Horween leather is one of the finest leather in the world, and it's made after old recipes, hand dyed. It is not a drum dyed. It is not sprayed. Some of the modern leathers are sprayed, so you don't see actually imperfections. Horween doesn't do that. That is part of the beauty of that leather. It's real leather, and it develops a patina. It doesn't get ugly. It gets more beautiful over years because it ages very nicely that way. So I hope you see the nice sheen. This is just it's a Chrome XL brown, and it's so beautiful. Terra rivets, I said that about 100 times now. What else can I tell you about it? Well, it's a hand done. It has the contour cut. It's very comfortable. This particular one is a 18 millimeter.